And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. The Dodgers, they get the win, number 76 of the year, win number 11 for Clayton Kershaw. Kenley Jansen gets his number 20, gets his 26th save of the year, and the bullpen really just came through tonight. Pedro Baez, and that's a high-leverage situation. Last night, you have an 8-0 laugher. The Dodgers go away with a big win last night. Today felt like playoff baseball, high intensity, a pitcher's duel. You had to love what you saw out there, but the Dodgers showed yesterday they can get it done with bats. Today they got it done with pitching. A very encouraging sign to see Kenley Jansen come out there. 14 pitches right there for Kenley Jansen, 12 strikes. So only 2 balls for Kenley Jansen. He gets it done. But win number 76 for the Dodgers, the magic number down to 30, a season high 36 games above 500 for your Los Angeles Dodgers. But welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McCain. You can find me at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. But before we break down the game and everything, where are you guys rocking with us tonight? Where are you guys tuning in and watching the Dodgers Nation post-game show? We're going to dive right into these comments. I'm about to go in right here, give you guys your shout-outs, read off your takes on your boys in blue. So we're going to get things kicked off with Jacob. What up, Jacob? Kershaw is a man possessed. Clayton Kershaw tonight was spectacular. Clayton Kershaw, win number 11 for Clayton Kershaw. He's now tied with Jacob deGrom for 5th in the NL with an ERA of 2.76. So Clayton Kershaw, he's been quietly putting together just a phenomenal season, and you're playing behind guys like Hyun-Jin Ryu, the same staff as Walker Buehler, who had a 15 strikeout game just a couple days ago. But I'm telling you, Clayton Kershaw is a great example of evolution. His fastball, he was even up to 92 on the fastball tonight. That slider was working. He was hitting his breaking balls, and he was really landing that curveball 50% of the time, 92 on the fastball at times, and the 4th time in the last 6 starts. So the 4th time in the last 6 starts that Clayton Kershaw, you know he wants to go into the ping pong night on a high and pitching well, is 4th time in the last 6 starts that he's had 9 strikeouts. So he had both of the breaking balls working. He was working the edge of the plate. Clayton Kershaw was absolutely phenomenal. But we got to give Jock Peterson. I want you guys, my player of the game. Who do you guys have for your player of the game, by the way? Let me know in the comments. Who's your player of the game? I know Clayton Kershaw is really an easy call, but today I'm going with Jock Peterson because Jock Peterson on Kisner, that really was the play of the game in my opinion. You got it. It was getting tight. It was 2-1 at that point, and 2 outs. Jock Peterson, he just makes a running grab, and it was just a really nice play. And that's why you see, and in right field, he can make some plays for you. Not at first base. That was a bad experiment, but a really nice play for Jock Peterson out there. Really saved things for Clayton Kershaw when it was starting to. He could have possibly gotten away with him. But back to you guys. I'm going to read off all your comments, all your takes on your boys in blue. So make sure you fit them in here in the comments section. We got Nick Stocks, hell yeah, go Dodgers. We got Adriana Barrera, good game to be at tonight. It was. It had that postseason feels, that classic Dodger Stadium where you're on the edge of your seat. And when Pedro Baez, he goes up there and he gets the job done. Calera gives up a hit, but Pedro Baez, give him a lot of credit. He walked Ozuna to load the bases, but he got him. I mean, Paul DeJong was 10 of 18 against the Dodgers. 10 of 18 against the Dodgers, and Pedro Baez, he gets him swinging, and that's what you want to see with your flame-throwing Pedro Baez's, your Julio Urias's, your Joe Kelly's, guys coming out of the pen and missing bats. But it was a great move. But here we go. We got Nick Stocks. What up? What up, Nick? SoFap Tep, let's sweep these pigeons. I love that. Let's sweep these pigeons. And by the way, tonight's win, I believe, gives the Dodgers 1,027 wins against the Birds. So we flip the Birds today, and we take the all-time series, 123 years, and the Dodgers get it done. We got Doug Crosby. Oh, by the way, if you have not mentioned where you're watching the Dodgers Nation post-game show, make sure you let me know in the comments. I want to shout out where you guys are watching the game from, watching the post-game show from. But David Moore, magic number 29. Osbin Vasquez, go Dodgers. We got Doug Cresby, CYCK dealing tonight. Exactly. Clayton Kershaw was dealing tonight. The Dodgers get the win. And Clayton Kershaw, He takes the mound for the Dodgers in 6 home starts since the beginning of June. Clayton Kershaw is 3-0, is now 4-0 with a 1.38 ERA and 40 and 53 Ks. So 53 Ks in 30 and 47 innings pitched. So Clayton Kershaw, since the beginning of June, he's really pitched phenomenally. It's vintage Kershaw. He had his debut against the Cardinals, and anytime he matches up with the Cardinals, it's a big deal because Clayton Kershaw historically he's had his issues with the St. Louis Cardinals. He has a 3.07 ERA against the St. Louis Cardinals. That's his second worst mark against any team he's faced more than 3 times. So that's also good. Most pitchers would take that. By the way, that's according to Daniel Preciado from DodgersNation.com. That's where you get all your Dodgers Nation content, your facts, your breakdowns, and most definitely your merchandise. Go get a Dodgers Nation t-shirt for sure. But here we go. We got Whoop Whoop, Oceanside, California, David Dalton. What's up, David? He's always rocking with the Dodgers Nation post-game show. We got Cesar Benitez. What up, Cesar? Dubs. James Meadows, go blue. Fatima Garcia, way to go, Dodgers. We got Barry Mienka, way to go, bullpen. Seems to be settling down as of late. Keep it rolling through the postseason. Yes, the bullpen, really, when it comes to ERA, they're right in the top 10. But where they fall is when it comes to inherited runners. And tonight was a great example. Could Pedro Baez come in? Clara came in, and really, he gave up a hit. But look, you see he has the stuff. He has the arm angles to induce those ground ball outs. They're looking for him to settle into a Scott Alexander type role. But Pedro Baez, he came in, and he really pitched well, got the Dodgers out of that jam because this was a quality Cardinals team that's right in the thick of that NL Central. They're fighting off the Cubs. The Brewers are in the mix. So this is an important game for them. But Doug Crosby, come on, fellow Doug, you're late to your own party. Oh, yeah. I was setting up some things for the show. My bad. I usually try to hit it in within a minute, but I'm here now. What's up, Doug? Doug stayed again. I think I saw you at the Doug convention, didn't I? I think I met you before, but Elisa Warren Zenz, go Dodgers. We got Austin Pachis, 27. Dodgers win. These Dodgers win. Absolutely. And this Dodger team is special. It feels like a different team. It feels like a team that tonight they win tight, they win big. Sunday they win in walk-off fashion. The first time they'd given up 10 runs in a game at the Ravine, they win that way. They win with the home run ball. But here we go, SD Dodger Doug. What up, SD Dodger? The great Tim Rogers. By the way, I got a chance to meet Tim Rogers, who is a baseball expert, a scout. This guy knows the ins and outs of the minor leagues. Big fan of Josiah Gray. And this guy's jersey collection is first class. I saw him rocking authentic Quakes jersey. I wonder what he had on today. But we got El Crazo. What up, Doug? Paris checking in. What up, my man? We got Lil Gomez. Bullpen came in nicely. I was nervous with that full plate. Look, if you're going to be a Dodger fan, you have to understand that this bullpen, we got to ride with them. And Kenley Jansen, you saw Kenley Jansen was really, he looked fresh out there. And really, that to me is key. Kenley Jansen being fresh, Kenley Jansen being put in situations where he's not worked to the bone, to me, is really the most important thing to really assure that you're going to get a quality effort by Kenley Jansen. Kenley Jansen, coming into tonight, he had made 5 pitches in 10 days. So he was going to come in there, and Kenley Jansen is out there to prove that he's still elite and that the trade deadline is gone and past and that he knows that there's a big bullseye on Kenley Jansen. Kenley Jansen knows that if he does not have success, that Dodgers Nation is going to jump on him in a hurry. But tonight was a great sight to see. 14 pitches, 12 strikes for Kenley Jansen. Had the velocity, had the command. Yes, he gave up a hit there with some weak contact. But here we go. Cesar Benitez, Baez is clutch. Eddie Harrison, Dodgers 76-40. Gene here in Santa Monica. Let's go Dodgers. Jacob Sater, woohoo! Man, high five, high five. I love all the emojis, man. Your emoji game is on point. Shout out to you. Sofit Tap, Dave Roberts did a great job taking Adam out after a runner got on base and put Baez in. That was a nifty move by Dave Roberts. He was working the percentages there, and to me that Dave Roberts is not going to get a whole lot of credit for things he does right, when he pushes the right buttons, when he pulls the right strings, but He let Clayton go in there and stay in there as long as he needed to be. Clayton Kershaw, 101 pitches was his season high, and he's out there. He's working. But, that was a great move by Dave Roberts. And really about Dave Roberts, it's a combination of just the loyalty that he has in his players and the confidence that he gives them. And you got to love that. But Clayton Kershaw, just give him all the credit in the world. Clayton Kershaw, we pretty much wrote this guy off. Like, it was time to move on from Clayton Kershaw. A guy, ERA title, near perfect game pitcher, MVP. This is a guy who's the pitcher of the generation. Now he's 11-2 with a 2.77 ERA, and he's saying, hey, you are not done with me yet. The way he changes speeds, commands that strike zone, attacks hitters, you got to love what you're seeing with Clayton Kershaw, and it was on display tonight. And I just really enjoy watching him pitch. How do you guys feel about the evolution of Clayton Kershaw, who has shown, and to me, I really think, look, I know Walker Buehler has better stuff. I know that Hyun-Jin Ryu is having a Cy Young year, but hey, if the Dodgers get home field advantage, I really still feel confident about throwing Clayton Kershaw there in Game 1, setting the tone, allowing him to build his confidence, and then if they are going to drop that in a pivotal postseason game, you got guys like Walker Buehler and Hyun-Jin Ryu to come out there in a Game 2. But I just love what I'm seeing with Clayton Kershaw, and get back to you guys, though. We got Lil Yuhai, we got Elm Street W. Elm Street, love this find. Ellis, Warren from San Pedro. Jared Tyler, 45-15 at home. 45-15 at home. You said it best. I mean, the home cooking for the Dodgers, they must love them some Dodger dogs and some micheladas because home cooking has been great. The Chavez Ravine, the Dodgers play their best baseball. Hyun-Jin Ryu, Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw. The starting staff at home has been absolutely phenomenal this year. And it's another example of why they need to get home field advantage. Home field advantage is going to be pivotal. The Dodgers need it. You know it. I know it. And that's why, to me, look, it's a runaway in the NL, but I think that it's a good thing. It's a good thing that the Yankees have 74 wins. It's a good thing that the Houston Astros are right on their heels at 74 wins because, look, it's an arms race, and they're going to be competing to the very end to see who gets home field advantage. Look, if this was years past, you had that silly All-Star game winner gets the home field advantage, the Dodgers could get complacent, but now knowing that this is the year, they're on pace to win 105 games, magic numbers down to 29, you know that the Dodgers are fighting day in and day out to get home field advantage, and tonight was another great example of that. Angie Varia, good evening, Doug. What up, Angie? We got It's Pineapple Ever from La Puente. What up, my man? We got Nick Stocks, Idaho Falls. Nick Stocks always rocking with us here at the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Julian Watts, 619. You don't need to tell me yours because I got your area code in your username. This is the year amazing to watch them with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. You're absolutely correct. I mean, the Dodgers with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, that is where the big – so you got those trolls out there. I know you guys, the Dodgers faithful. You got the trolls saying, oh, Dodgers, they're going to go to the World Series. They're going to lose. I saw there was an article in Cut 4 saying the Dodgers, they have to win it this year and all that good stuff. But one of the big improvements is now they have the offense to match the elite pitching, and the starting pitching has been phenomenal. The bullpen is still getting better, but like you pointed out, the Dodgers with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Last year, they were batting a $199, last in the senior circuit, last in the National League. This year, 257 was second in the NL. So now it's 257. That puts them second in the NL. So you're seeing clutch stats go up, and you're seeing the Dodgers come through. Tonight was a tight one. Justin Turner came through, and the Dodgers really, if you break it down this game, Kershaw was phenomenal. But really, Max Muncy comes through again. He doubles in home. He doubles home that run. He made it 2-1 Dodgers. Negron, how about Negron? Give some love to Negron. By the way, I love his jersey. His jersey for the Players Weekend. By the way, I want to read your thoughts. How do you guys feel about the Players Weekend jerseys? I'm cool with them. I think they're a lot better. I think they're an improvement to last year's jersey. I think when you see the real ones, I think they look icy. I think they look nice. I mean, I'm a fan of them. And I just love the Negron James. That was his nickname. But give him a lot of credit. He's hitting 278. He's hitting 278. And he had only gone 5 for 23 this year. So 5 for 23 this year. And he's 7 for 22 with the Dodgers. He has a hit in all 7 games with the Dodgers. So give Andrew Freeman credit. It looks like Kolarek is going to be a guy that can get ground ball outs. It looks like Negron is a guy that can get us some. I mean, the guy is just a tear on the base paths. He's a blur on the base paths. And really, Tyler White. Yes, Tyler White. I think he's like 1 for 12 or 1 for 13. He hasn't really worked out. But Negron, Kolarek looks like they could be quality additions. But back to you guys. Eddie Harrison, Dodgers on fire. Kershaw on fire. He absolutely is. Read off some of his stats earlier, and you got it. Lil Gomez, go Dodgers from Bell. Jeffrey Hill from Long Beach. Nick Stocks repping from God's Country in Idaho Falls. Doug Crosby, East Lansing, Michigan. Kevin Stearns, Nixa, Missouri. I'm wearing my blue in Cardinal Country. I love to see that. Look, to me, that is our rival. That is our rival, one of our big rivals, the Dodgers and Cardinals. They've been going at it for 123 years. Dodgers get their 1,027th win against the Birds. Someone earlier called them the Pigeons. I love that. Mike Nichols, go Dodgers from Dallas. Cesar Benitez from Baldwin Park. It's Pineapple, this is our year. All signs are pointing to it. The run differential is there. The clutch hitting, the pitching is there. And we're going to break it down a little more. But Angie Valera from K-Town. Mark Cabal from the 559 Fresno. Jock the Doc. I love it. Elm Street. Nick Stocks, they played belly at first. Love it. Did you see, with football season coming up, it looked like Randy Moss over the shoulder fade, like Joe Davis was saying. He looked like a football play the way he played that. He's a natural at the position, like Clint Pasillas, the real FRG, one of the hosts of the Blue Heaven podcast, which you got to listen to, of course, every Thursday. He pointed out that, hey, the Dodgers had an elite first baseman in Cody Bellinger, and he looks the part. Of course, he's a guy that could win a Gold Glove as a right fielder. He's got 17 defensive run saves, but Cody Bellinger is an all-around player, and that's why, yes, he's competing with Christian Yelich. He's competing with Christian Yelich as far as home runs, RBIs, and slugging percentage, all that cool stuff. But when it comes to defense, they're really not in the same category. He's elite defensively. Cody Bellinger is. Yelich is serviceable, but nowhere near the potential that Cody Bellinger has as a defender. SD Dodger, Kershaw and Jansen pitching backwards sometimes and mixing it up is key. You got it. That's really the key with them. And when you lose velocity, today I watched the Kershaw's first start against the Cardinals. I mean, he was hitting 97 on the gun with ease, 96. When you lose that velocity, like Greg Maddux says, it's about compensation, it's about changing speeds, and sometimes it's about pitching backwards. And with Clayton Kershaw, he understood a long time ago that he was going to have to develop that. He was going to have to develop that breaking ball. And if you look at it, Clayton Kershaw. First of all, he's now unbeaten in his last 21 starts at Dodger Stadium for the regular season. 21 starts, and opponents are hitting 139 against his breaking stuff. So that just tells you right there, he's developed it, and he throws it more than any starting pitcher. So the slider, the curveball, he's got those pitches in his arsenal, and he relies on them more than ever. Kenley Jansen is a guy that's still working on developing a two-seam, developing a slider, but he can really learn from someone like Clayton Kershaw because, hey, just because you lose a couple ticks on the velocity does not mean you can't still be an effective pitcher. It's about command. It's about, like my man Tim Rogers said, sometimes you got to mix it up and pitch backwards. But Mike Nichols, jock player of the game, that's what I'm telling you. Cesar Benitez, Baez, my player of the game. That's a great call. That's a great call right there. Pedro Baez is the guy that, look, he's the much maligned Pedro Baez. You don't hear about him when he's pitching great. You only hear about him when he's getting rocked. But Pedro Baez, his ERA last 7, just above a 1.3, so a 1.7. So his last 7 games, He's really come in there tonight. He was really clutch. Pedro Baez, one inning of work, one walk, and one big-time strikeout, and that puts him 23. To him, it really was the command. 23 pitches, 13 for strikes, and now his ERA down to 3.16 on the year. Clayton Kershaw gave up 4 hits, allowed a run, walked 9 Ks. Kolarek, he was a short stint, but give Kenley Jansen credit. 14 pitches, 12 for strikes. Now his ERA is down to about a 3.5. So about 145 pitches on the night for the Dodgers. 8 really you just got to love. But here, back to you guys. We got Young Jock as the player of the game, Steve Latner. Another series, tough top of the 8th, but Baez came through, 8-1-8 tonight, usually from the 3-5-2. Orlando, Florida, attended the game last night. How'd you love the game? You got to love it. It's sometimes it's nice. Tonight was great. Sometimes it's nice to go in there and just enjoy a nice 8-0, a big blowout win, and you can just relax, enjoy some Dodger dogs, and just enjoy the sights and sounds of the Chavez Ravine. But repping Orlando, good times. We got David Cano, Young Jock as the player of the game. Michael Pacino, Jock's catch and right was spectacular. It really was. I didn't get a chance to check the catch probability on that. But yeah, Jock Peterson was really phenomenal. That was such a nice catch and really was just at a point in the game where you never know. Clayton Kershaw already pitched into the 7th inning. You know he's going to give you 6 quality, but if that one falls, this game could easily be extra innings. The Dodgers could have lost it. But how about Sandy Koufax, by the way? I'm just looking up some pictures. Sandy Koufax out there tonight. That's always great. We got Super Bad Experiment from LMAO. Agreed Jock with the player of the game from Doug Crosby. JCC Carta. Hey, Doug from D.C. What's up, JCC Carta from D.C.? All right. Dan Preciado, Dan J. Preciado. By the way, you gotta check my man's out, Daniel Preciado. By the way, give this guy a lot of credit. This guy basically went full Rosenthal today, and just he broke the Amaya news that he's going to be advancing. So give my man some love. Go to DodgersNation.com. They got the best writers in the game. But yeah, it was a great. But yeah, Daniel Preciado. Go give him a follow on Twitter. Dan J. Preciado. He broke the news that the Dodgers' number 14 prospect, Jacob Amaya, got promoted from High A Rancho Cucamonga. So the Dodger pipeline, it's always something to think about because you see tonight more guys coming up. What did you guys think of Gonsolin? Gonsolin was an absolute stud last night, and I know he got sent down, and Dave Roberts mentioned that he's going to be back up. Didn't say whether he was going to be a starter or head into the bullpen, but really just gave me all kinds of excitement when he struck out Goldschmidt to end the 6th inning and 90 pitches. It was just really great. I mean, he just has the stuff. That splitter is elite. That splitter grades at an elite level. And Gonsolin, he can get you up there, man. This is a guy who can get 100. I mean, I wonder if him coming out of the pen when he hits 99 to 100 on the gun, and it looks like the Dodgers have some answers to their bullpen woes with Dustin May and Gonsolin, and I just can't wait to see these guys pitch. I was a little upset that he got sent down, but Edwin Rios came up. Alex Verdugo is on the IL, so you have to make some moves, but here we go. We got Carlos Alexander Nunez. How is Urias doing? Julio Urias, you saw him the other day. Julio Urias, it was a little hot, didn't have his best stuff, but Julio Urias is a guy. He looked a little fatigued there at the end, but Julio Urias is a pitcher that really he's elite. He is elite, and if you look at him, he's got a 2.54 ERA on the year, a 3.43 FIP, and he also has postseason experience. So that's what I love about him. At the end of the day, he's got more postseason experience than Felipe Vasquez will ever have. Yesterday, he didn't have his best stuff. He wasn't as sharp on Sunday, I should say, as we've seen him in the past. But when he's on, he's really unstoppable. I'm just dreaming of that future rotation with May and Buehler, Ryu, and Julio Urias. But, yeah, the Dodgers, here we go. Back to you guys. Kershaw, Felipe, Dodgers looking good. Can't wait for October. Me either. I can't wait until October. But I'm still enjoying this. I'm still enjoying watching guys like Walker Buehler have a 15 strikeout game, watching the maturity of a Will Smith who comes in and is starting to have big-time success. He's starting to figure it out. He's hitting 309 as a Dodger. But here we go. Let's get into more of your comments, read off more of your takes. We got Mike Tomczak. Mike Tomczak, the former NFL player, the former Ohio State player. No, but hell yeah, Dodgers. Hell yeah, Dodgers. Isabel Chavera, I love L.A. I love it. I was hoping you're doing the Randy Newman. Sophie Tapp, give Dave Roberts lots of credit, too. Jeffrey Hill, nice grab by Jock. Nick Stocks, we need Kemp back. We need Kemp back. Look, I think that train has sailed, and Matt Kemp is a guy who he did some great things for the Dodgers. He did some great things for the Dodgers. We'll never forget the home run he hit against the Cardinals. We'll never forget all the great things. And really, remember, it was I don't know about you guys, but I'm following. To me, it's really important for Cody Bellinger to win an MVP. I want to see the kid get an MVP because, look, you never know when you're going to be back here to have another opportunity to win another MVP. Because, look, Cody Bellinger is a guy that we said the same thing about Matt Kemp. We said the same thing that Matt Kemp, when he lost the MVP, and we always thought that he was going to be back there. But look, you never know when you're going to have another opportunity, and I think he's got to seal the deal this year. I'm sure he's going to have a long career with multiple MVP opportunities, but hey, you just never know. And when I was watching Matt Kemp, it really made me think about that. But here we go, Lorenzo Antonio. I still don't trust Jansen to close. El Carreza and that play, A+ on the bubbles he blew with that bubble gum. Jose Luis Lopez, Kershaw, Baez, and Peterson. Angie, yas. I like it. Robert Salazar, go Dodgers. We got Adam Vena from Monrovia, California. Tweet Mix, Asheville, North Carolina. Marshall Garvey. Man, our writers are repping hard. Marshall Garvey, you got to read his piece. He did a really great piece about the idea of, you know, he had some strong thoughts about how Andrew Freeman and company failed to acquire an elite arm, but exploring the idea of bringing in guys like Gonsolin and May and really what they could do as far as the playoff times. Because, look, I mean, the Gonsolin and Dustin May, what they've done is really they changed all of Dodgers Nation. All Dodger fans out there have to be thinking, if they have to be wondering if this was the end game here. Because if you look at him, they both looked elite. I mean, you saw a 98-mile-per-hour sinker, all kinds of movement on that two-seamer, and then Gonsolin last night was most impressive. Almost threw 4 perfect innings in Colorado, and then yesterday you saw what he was able to accomplish. So you wonder if this was in the back of their mind. Rich Hill, who knows what's going to happen with Rich Hill? He said he's going to throw a bullpen in about 3 weeks. So you never know. Maybe they throw in them as a starter. But here we go. We got Troy Hicks from Palos Verdes. Kershaw was strong. Yeah, he was. Greg Chadwell, when Baez keeps the ball in the park, he is doing his job. Kershaw just kept going as it never gives up. You're right. I mean, that is really what is his recipe for success. When it comes to Pedro Baez, if you can keep the ball inside, if you look at all the advanced metrics with Pedro Baez, it tells you that. And he's a guy that can induce those pop flies, and he can get those pop-ups. It's just a matter of keeping him over the wall. And really, the issue, though, is we are at an unprecedented level as far as home runs are concerned. If you looked at in 2019, they mentioned it during the broadcast, the fly ball rate for home runs has gone from 9.5% in 2014 to 15.1% in 2019. Major League Baseball is due for more than 1,000 home runs. So really, that is how it's going down. So, but yeah, Pedro Baez, he was tough out there. He's a competitor, and I still really trust Pedro Baez. And we'll see come the postseason where they're going to place him, because really, when the playoffs come around, you know Baez is going to be a guy that's going to be counted upon to get key out. So, but here we go. Let's do it. We got Mike Hoffner, third run driven in by Max was huge. Exactly. That insurance run by Max Muncy was critical. Max Muncy, last 2 weeks, Max Muncy was hitting 184, and then now he's starting to explode. He's starting to put it all together. He almost hit for the cycle, and then Max Muncy Tonight he goes 1 for 4, but a key RBI, and that was big time. So Kenley Jansen, look, there's a big difference between a 2-1 game and a 3-1 game, and you come out there, Max Muncy gets a really, really critical insurance run, and he's been clutch for the Dodgers all season long, and tonight was no different. We got Nick Stoss, can I get a hell yeah for Matt Kemp? Mike Hoffner, third run driven in. We got Elena Dodgers, you're the best. Josu Giovanna, Danny Ramirez. What you think Bellinger on first base? What I think about Bellinger on first base is really it was something that was a long time coming. It was something that had to be done, and you saw it's the difference sometimes with the Dodgers. And with the Dodgers in the first base woes, they had their issues at first base. The Jock Peterson experiment was crazy. I mean, the Jock Peterson, they had to end him, and they had to put him out of his misery. And if you look at it, 8 players have played first base for the Dodgers this year. And Cody Bellinger is a Gold Glove caliber first baseman, a Gold Glove caliber right fielder. His WAR might go down because of how that works. But look, if you saw today that pick he made when he picked it off and he threw him out at second, I mean, that is instincts. I mean, he just fields it, he turns, and he gets him out. And really, that is what you get from Cody Bellinger. The kid just makes plays, and we saw it just was not working with Jock Peterson, and just having some consistency there. And then also, look, he's a guy who has had some knee issues, and you also preserve him, allow him to focus on bashing on offense. So why not? Who knows? He probably still qualifies to get a Gold Glove as long as they throw him out and right a couple more times every once in a while throughout the end of this year. But look, the Dodgers, they're on a promising start. They've won 7 of their last 8 games, and the Dodgers are really starting to put together a nice run. Look, they went 10-14 in July, and they were falling asleep a little bit coming into the break, following the trade deadline. And these Dodgers look focused, they look ready, and they're now 76-40, 36 games ahead. 36 games above 500, a new season high. But back to you guys, David Robles, Rancho Cucamonga in the house. Jay Carrasco, what do you think the rotation will be in October? That's a great question, really a $1 million question. To me, I really think that I still think you put Hyun-Jin Ryu as the starter. You got to give him. It's going to be a tough conversation with Clayton Kershaw, of course. But with the year that Hyun-Jin Ryu is having, really I have no issue with either Hyun-Jin Ryu or Clayton Kershaw being that Game 1 starter. But a combination of Clayton Kershaw and Hyun-Jin Ryu as the 1 or 2 guys. And then even though I think Walker Buehler, of course, has the most lights-out stuff, and he's a guy who has pitched clutch games, Game 163, Game 3 of the World Series last year, I would love to see him on the road because he's the guy with the best stuff. As far as the number 4 guy, with the rest games, really don't want to go past that. Rich Hill, we'll see what happens with him. And then we'll also see what the development looks like with Gonsolin. And we'll also see what the development looks like with Gonsolin, Dustin May. And then Julio Urias, who's at about 66 innings pitched this year. Maybe they unleash Julio Urias, but really his value will probably come out of the pen. But really a combination of those guys. How about I'll ask you guys out there, who's your rotation? I'm very confident in saying Hyun-Jin Ryu and Clayton Kershaw. And look, I really have no issue with Clayton Kershaw being that Game 1 starter, but let me know what you guys think out there. Who do you guys have? And really, I'm fine with it. I'm fine either way, but I really like to see Julio Urias out of the pen. He can be valuable as a starter, but as a guy who can give you extended relief in that Josh Hader role, give you 3-4 innings. I mean, I was thinking crazy things. Maybe, what if Rich Hill comes back? And Rich Hill gives you 4 innings as an opener, and then you throw in Walker Buehler to close out the last 6. So I've been thinking some crazy stuff because we've seen in years past, it's not always the team. Yes, Aroldis Chapman and the Cubs, they got it done in 2016, but the years prior to that, the Astros bullpen all but imploded in 2017. They got it done with starters. Last year, you had Sale, Nathan Eovaldi. You can get really creative, and that's why I love the Dodgers, their ability to have quality and have an array of arms they can throw out there. But as that's what we're building right here with the lead that they have amassed. it's really nice to see what the Dodgers can do and use the final 47 games, I believe it is, as training grounds to see what they can get out of Gonsolin and Dustin May. That was kind of a long-winded one, but really it's something that I think is still fluid, and I don't really think there's a definitive answer right here and today. But Alan Kent, old school, Kershaw, my boy. I love that. Kershaw, my boy, old school. I haven't watched that in about a couple of months. I think I need to give that a rewatch. It was actually filmed on my street on South Pass on Bushnell. Represent. That was where they had the party with Snoop Dogg. That was my neighbor's house. A long story, but love that movie. Felix Jansen can set up Sadler. Hey, Casey Sadler is also a guy that I really think Casey Sadler is a guy that the Dodgers are quietly really hoping to get a lot from. And I've been reading a lot about Victor Gonzalez. Victor Gonzalez, 23-year-old left-hander. This guy has been dominating. 94, 96 mile per hour. And he's given up one earned run in 15 2/3 innings as a reliever between AA Tulsa and AAA Oklahoma City. He's held left-handed hitters to a 1.38 batting average and a 4.17 on base slugging percentage and 91 plate appearances. So look out for Victor Gonzalez. I've started to see more people talk about him. Kind of want to see some more clips of him. But hey, look, and then you got Dustin May. He pitched 5 2/3, 4 runs, 9 hits. But really, I love the 8 ground ball outs that he was able to get, all the movement. And really, I think it could be a red October for Dustin May. I'm telling you, I love it. The Code Red. I love how he got Code Red because he's a big fan of Mountain Dew's Code Red. I'm going to stock up on that and get wired and drink like a 12-pack of that every time he pitches just to celebrate Dustin May Day. But it's a great question. But the Dodgers, yes, their sloppy defense seems to be corrected to an extent. They're still really, metric-wise, as far as defensive runs saved, they're still tops in the league. Number 1 in the league. Ultimate zone, the UZR, they're 10th. Defensive runs above average, they're 10th. Major League Baseball, Cody Bellinger leads all right fielders with 16 outfield assists. So they are a team that really has been really pitching, has been just really phenomenal across the board from that aspect. But back to you guys, we got. I'm gonna go all on these comments right here. Let's read off some of these takes. And here, Lorenzo on Twitter. I'm sorry, but Jansen can't be trusted in October. Look, he is what he gave up the home run to Marwin Gonzalez in his prime. But I don't think you're going to see Jansen in a position where they're going to throw him out there for 4-out saves. I don't think you're going to see him pitch as many back-to-back nights. I think the Dodgers are going to hope to get Joe Kelly into that 11-inning scoreless streak where he was just mowing down big-time batters left and right in the postseason. I think you're going to see that with this Dodgers approach, and I think really that could be the key because, look, Kenley Jansen, there are nights where he turns the clock back. He looks like vintage Kenley, and hopefully they can keep him really, really fresh come playoff time. And like I was saying, look, we're not going to hear California Love, and like I was saying, that song is Tupac and Dr. Dre, right? It's a duo. Kenley Jansen needs a two-headed monster, whether that be a Julio Urias, a Joe Kelly, a Walker Buehler on a big-time night. Do not rule that out. I can almost guarantee you that Walker Buehler will be given the call. He's the ultimate ace up your sleeve if the Dodgers need 3 critical outs. I love this all-hands-on-deck approach. Look, I was beating the drum, and I was saying we need Felipe Vasquez till I was Dodger blue in the face. But, hey, we got who we got, and I'm rolling with them, and that's just how I really am as a fan. I'm looking through the windshield. I'm not looking through the rear view mirror, as they say. So I'm like a shark. I'm going forward. Insert cliche here, but you know what I'm trying to say. But Wayne Dixon, repping Dodgers from the UK. All right, 6 a.m. there. Good morning, Wayne. Good morning. Who's your football team? Not soccer. Who's your football team? I know you probably got one there in the UK. Felipe, shout out to Pedro Baez, number 52. Lorenzo Antonio, I don't know what he did tonight. Jamie Sanchez, Freeman is the Lord of no rings. How long did it take you to think of that one? Because, look, Andrew Freeman is a guy. Baseball is a sport where you want to put yourself in position to win on a year in and year out basis. He's developed the number 3 farm system according to Fangraphs, and that's with guys coming up and contributing. Imagine if there was more log jams, and that's really in the conversation for the number 1 farm system. So, hey, you can hate on Andrew Freeman, call him Andrew Frogman, do all that stuff, but hey, I'm going to roll with him. I'm going to roll with him until further notice because, hey, I'm a guy who grew up, and my first taste of, I grew up in Southern California. My first taste of postseason success was a 2004 Jose Lima division round game where we lost the series the very next night. So I will take 23. Let me repeat that, 23 postseason wins under Andrew Freeman and company. That is more than the whole previous regime combined after the 1988 World Series. So, hey, you don't know what you got until it's gone. And Andrew Freeman, he's been building all the bricks in this Dodger foundation. He found Cody Bellinger, Walker Buehler, Corey Seager. So I'm riding with Andrew Freeman. He didn't make any frivolous acquisitions. And, hey, I think you need to show a little more respect to a guy that has made this team very competitive and has made this team a guaranteed lock, an absolute lock. You can lock that up for a 7th straight NL West. But Lily, right on. We got Mike Nichols, go Dodgers from Dallas, hashtag bird hunting. I love that. Virginia Berry, love my boys in blue from Giants land in Tahoe. By the way, the Giants, I love how the Giants, I think they're like 4 of their last 6. The Giants now, Farhan Zaidi, of course, with Bruce Bochy being his last year. They didn't sell off Madison Bumgarner. They just DFA'd. I forgot they DFA'd today, but I just love it. They always say the most dangerous lies in the world are the ones you tell yourself. And I think it was Panic. Yeah, they DFA'd him today. So, and they just lied to themselves like they were contenders. Now they're 3.5 games back of the wild card. Don't worry, we're not playing the Giants. That is going to fall. Ryan Orion Montez. What's up, Doug, from El Paso, Texas? What up, Ryan? He's a VIP member of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. He's always repping hard in the comments. David Dolan, do we still need an elite reliever? Way to stand our ground. We have enough in our stable. That is really all. That's the only approach you can have. That has to be the mentality, and you just got to hope that guys step up, and you got to really be encouraged because, look, I don't know. I'm not privy to what was offered, but if it was Felipe Vasquez for Dustin May and Gavin Lux, that's a no with the major side of hell no. So, I mean, that's a what do the 5 fingers say to the face, like at the Chappelle show and Rick James, because I don't lose sleep over the Felipe Vasquez deal if that was what was offered. But David Cano, is Cody slumping? Cody Bellinger, I think tonight, Cody Bellinger, I think in the series, Cody Bellinger is 1 for 7. But look, Cody Bellinger is a guy, he's starting to hit like our boy Jason McClure points out. Cody Bellinger hits home runs in clusters. And when a guy hits a home run, all the way, that thing could have probably gone through the arch in St. Louis yesterday. And when a guy's hitting home runs like that, it's tough to say he's struggling. But in his last 7 games, he's hitting a .174, but he's hitting for power. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, 3 walks, strikeouts, 8 strikeouts. His last 30, Cody Bellinger's hitting .250. Last 15, he's hitting .240. But the home runs are still there. He's still hitting 10 home runs, still on pace to break Sean Green's single-season record for home runs for a Dodger at 49. So he's probably going to hit, I think he's on pace right now to hit about 52 or 53 home runs. So, yes, as far as his average has concerned, it's not where it was earlier in the year when people were dropping Ted Williams, Triple Crown type stuff. But we'll see. Pedro Baez, by the way, this year's ERA down to 3.16 and 51 and a third innings pitched. So 48 strikeouts to 16 walks. So he's getting a lot of love out there, Pedro Baez. But let's see here. We got here you go, my bad. We got Lorenzo Antonio. You don't even Greg Chadwell. Cody will come around. No need to worry. I disagree with you. Lorenzo, you don't even know Oh, okay, that's someone else here. Oh, Gonsolin did great. I got to get back up here. Magic numbers 30 go Dodgers. David Cohn. Michael Pacheco watching from the desert of Florence, Arizona. We got Lorenzo Antonio. I disagree with you on Jansen. When it comes to Jansen, I don't think I do know what Kenley Jansen has done. Game 3 last year, he gave up the tying run. It's about the home runs. I don't think that Kenley Jansen is lights out by any stretch. The analytics prove that, but Kenley Jansen is a guy that can still be an asset to this team. If you look at Kenley Jansen, he's only allowed multiple runs in 3 of his last 42 appearances. So that's 7.1%, and that's 11 and runs in 11 of 42. So just to compare, by the way, this is from Daniel J. Preciado. I've been rocking his Twitter tonight. Josh Hader, for example, has allowed multiple runs in just 4 of 41 appearances at a 9.8% clip. So, look, I don't think that his career is over, Kenley Jansen. I hope that he rears it back and he really brings his best stuff in October. I don't have the confidence in him that I would have in a Mariano Rivera but look at last year. The Red Sox weren't even confident in Kimbrel, okay? The relievers, that's a volatile position, and you just got to hope for the best, and that's why, look, the bottom line is we are in a better position this year than we were last year, because last year we were still convincing ourselves that we had 2017 Kenley Jansen, and we don't have 2017 Kenley Jansen. That velocity has dipped almost 5 miles per hour since his elite years, but we did add a Joe Kelly who has pitched a 1.8 ERA. He's come around. He's got great stuff. And then you got Urias. Then you got Gonsolin. Then you got May. So, yes, Kenley Jansen is not an elite closer by any stretch, by any advanced metric. He's still up there in saves, but they can get the most out of him by having more quality arms behind him and giving him rest. But it's up to you. But guess what? The beauty is we're going to find out. Am I going to have 0 nails left when Kenley Jansen comes in the postseason? Yes, but tonight was a great sign. 14 pitches, 12 for strikes. We'll see about Jamie Sanchez. We'll see about Kersh in October. Samuel Whitaker, Kersh with win, Baez hold, and Kenley save. All is right in the world. I'm with you right there. We got 8-ball 61. He's the current day Roy Halladay. It's a great comparison right there. We got Jamie Sanchez. Go down 0-1. Don't think so. The catch at first base by Belly to Jock in the right field was huge. I don't think Jock makes that catch at first base if he was there. Kenny, you're absolutely right. Richard Lightower, watch from Phoenix, Arizona. Clayton is still the man on the mound. He's my MVP. We got Jeffrey. We won without hitting a home run tonight. Might have to do that in the playoffs. You bring up a great point. The Dodgers are 64-25 when they hit a home run, and they're 22-5 when they hit 3 or more home runs. They're 44-11 when they hit multiple home runs. And you're right, you're not going to have that every day in the postseason, and that's what we talked about earlier. The Dodgers are putting up more runs this year. The Dodgers are better at getting contact. The Dodgers are better with 2 strikes. And really that's credit to Robert Van Scoyoc and company. And then also you got guys like Alex Verdugo and you got guys like Will Smith that can come on and put the bat on the ball. So I agree with you. It's the easy thing to do is to go back and it's to sulk about the previous failures, right? It's about, hey, it's going to be, the woe is me, the ho-hum attitude that it's going to happen again. But I'm telling you, there's so many differences with this team than last year's team that if you really are comparing these teams to last year's teams, you're really not watching this year's team very closely. 9 come from behind wins. 9 walk-offs this year and 32 come from behind wins. That level of clutch is embedded in their DNA and it permeates the clubhouse. So I beg to disagree with that. 8-ball, I see Dodgers and Astros. I'm with you too. I was thinking Dodgers-Yankees for a long time. I wanted that because I think the Dodgers match up better with them. But let's go slay the dragon. Why not? Let's go right our wrong. We know these guys are bitter about the 2017 loss, and you know that if they win that, it would almost be like winning a second World Series because that team is going to be stacked. And the Yankees, everyone, 28 IL stints for the Yankees. I always call them the Bronx Goners, saying that the new Yankee uniform should just be a hospital gown and pinstripes. So they are up there, but Sophie Tep, Dodgers have 9 guys on the IL. They do. It's starting to add up. But, hey, you know, the Dodgers are masters of the phantom IL. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler White found himself on the IL for something because, hey, that's what they do. And that's really the luxury you build when you're 36 games above 500. David Robles, Kershaw, one of the greatest Dodgers hurlers of all time. The WAR says it. The accomplishments say it. The only thing that you need to tie a ribbon on his career is a World Series win and really a signature World Series performance. And who knows, this could be the year. As a Dodger loyalist, I'm hoping for the best for Clayton Kershaw. And really, you got to love the evolution of his game. Jackie, woo, thank God for Jansen. Maurice Brown, great team win. Lorenzo Antonio, Vegas in the house, but seriously, can you please not have Jansen save in October? Nick Stoss, Justin Turner is struggling. For sure, he's got that bat. Feel bad, age is catching up. Justin Turner, hey, but he's starting to hit home runs, though. I mean, he's hitting home runs. Justin Turner, if you look at him, he's really starting to put the bat on the ball. He's really one of the great second-half players in Major League Baseball in the last 5 years. My mom thinks he looks like a lawn gnome, but Red Turn 2, I think, Father Time is starting to catch up, but he's starting to hit for power. But yeah, he's a guy that you know come playoff time, he's going to be ready. You see the Dodgers, when he hits in Dodger wins, he's hitting like 340, okay? So he's a very important part of this team. He's the straw that stirs the Dodgers drink. And last 7 games, though, last 7 games for Justin Turner, he's hitting 333 with a home run, 7 hits, 4 RBIs. Last 15, 265. Last 30, 262. So, as always, when the summer starts to end, when the days start getting shorter, that's when Justin Turner starts playing his best baseball. By the way, I think he should have gone with Ginger Jesus. I love that. I think he should have gone with Ginger Jesus. But here we go, Vincent Law W. We got Kenny Orlando. Jock probably doesn't make that catch. Absolutely. El Carreza Bellinger for Jock. Bellinger or Jock can't decide. Play of the game. Both were phenomenal plays. Nick Stocks, you remember when Maddox fell off the mound pitching for us? I do remember that. Wasn't his finest moment. Bob Buckman, love the T-shirt. Brooklyn born myself. This is actually probably my favorite of the Dodgers Nation. I'm wearing my Brooklyn hat right now. I rock this one. We're Brooklyn born, L.A. raised. Jack's Mercy, who thinks we can get to 80 wins by this weekend? That's just the fact that you're saying that just shows you how dominant this team is. The Dodgers, they're they're having a great season. They're on pace for 105 wins. Last season, they were 45-37 at home. 45-37 at home. Now 45-15 with 23 home games remaining. So that just shows you the Dodgers in 2017, their home record was 57-24. That's best in Dodger history. And look for the Dodgers to eclipse that this year. Here we go. Can I get a loud clap? Let's go Dodgers from Nick Stobbs. Absolutely. Let's go Dodgers. That's for you, my man, Nick. Jax, let's get Dustin the win tomorrow. So excited about that. Tina G-Man, we have to enjoy the good games. They're all human, and we will make some mistakes. Samuel Sandate, when is Gavin Lux going to make his debut? That's another one of the big questions. That's another one of the big questions that the Dodgers are facing. By the way, there's a great time. By the way, if you want to, this is a must listen. I'm giving you guys a must listen out there. Go check out the Blue Heaven podcast where they interviewed they interviewed Gavin Lux for a good 30 minutes. They got really in deep with it, and Gavin Lux is a guy who's just absolutely crushing it, and he's just really they're working him at second, and Gavin Lux is a guy who he's definitely coming up for September, but just a matter of what they what they have planned for him as far as the big picture, but I would not be surprised the way he's raking with all the success that the Dodgers have had with him with their farm system. I mean, look at him. Gavin Lux, by the way, show him some love in the comments. He got Pacific League Player of the Month for July. Check out his month. He is absolutely raking. 435, 519 on base percentage. His OPS is 1356 and 40 hits, 39 runs, 26 ribbies. And he's just been absolutely sensational. This guy has just quickly ascended, and you got to just believe that he's going to be that superstar for the Dodgers in due time. He's their top-ranked prospect. And to answer your question, we all hope it's sooner than later because, look, at this point, the farm system is the golden goose. It's the gift that keeps giving, and the sooner we get him to the bigs and see what we got out of him. Adam Hanks, Kenta for relief. Look for him to be that righty specialist. Nick Stop, Kent last year, division walk-off was huge. Exactly. That was a send-off and really a beautiful moment for a guy that was with the Dodgers through some of the dark McCourt years, a guy who was an MVP candidate, and really, he's a guy that he's always going to be special. And also, he's a guy who was dating Rihanna. I mean, that's got to be up there for one of his big career accomplishments. But here we go. We got – how back with you guys? Oh, yeah. When Ryan Braun, Mr. Royd himself, he should have won it that year. I'm never going to forget that. 2007. I think it was that wasn't 2007. It was 2011 when Ryan Braun won the MVP. That was 2011. Christian Yelich won it for them last year. I don't want to lose out to an MVP to another Brewer, by the way. Here we go. Dave Robles, go Dodgers. LA born, baby. Let me get some water here. Bob, love that shirt. Go get one, man. Go stock up on these. Greatest shirts, fit great. They wash great, super soft. And they're just super fresh. What more can you ask for? David Robles, go Dodgers. Scott Bowers, Gonsolin looks like Frank Zappa. Yeah, if you check my Twitter out, go follow me at DMAC_LA. I posted some pictures of Frank Zappa. It's funny, too, is Frank Zappa also was a fan of cats. Jamie Hulk Stevens, oh, yeah, on top. Third time is the charm. Let's go Dodgers. Of course, you know Tommy Lasorda. He wins on his third time. Why not this club? Jamie, oh, yeah, it's, we got Nick Stocks. Who won our division for us, but Kemp would have made the playoffs. Exactly. He had an all-star last year. He came in last year. He wasn't even supposed to make the team, and he gets an all-star nod. Nick Stotts, Kemp is big time. Ryan, are you worried about Bellinger's ERA decreasing? Nick Stocks, okay, time to stop about Kemp. Okay, Nick Stocks, sorry, hey, man, you got to rep your boy. Belly belongs in first base just like Todd Helton, Ed Jackson. The stadium was rocking. I was there. I've been to a couple games now the last couple days, and it's a playoff-like atmosphere. They sell that out every single night, and really, we are ready for the playoffs. I'm telling you, the Chavez Ravine is rocking day in and day out. You feel that passion and energy, and I'm telling you, I really can't remember a time when it's been like this just on a consistent basis. I remember growing up, and my barometer of how well the Dodgers were doing was if one of the pavilions was closed down. Now that's an afterthought. That's not even a possibility. So we got Clorox bleach. Hell yeah, go Dodgers. I love that. The Clorox bleach, the Dodgers have the whitest uniforms. I don't know if you guys know. It's a fun fact about the Dodgers uniforms. They are the whitest shade of white, so maybe that's why you're Clorox bleach. Nick Stocks Belly is the Todd Helton for the Dodgers. David Robles, who cares? No one remembers division winners. It's about the ring. No one ever remembers second place. It's about what you have done for me lately. Let's get the ring this year. I like it. I like it. That's the mentality. But look, you can't get there. You can't get to the destination without going through the journey. So that's what it's about. We got Tina G-Man because they're better at home. Dodgers need to keep winning. Exactly. Kevin, I want Ryu, Kershaw, Walker, Urias, Bobby 46. Wait till they play the Astros. German Armanta rotation. Chris Lakeshow Lou, Mallory Johnson, of course. Apparently, that's who he wants to see starting. We got Brendan, El Carreza, Dodger Blue in the face. Maria Del Jock Peterson. We got a cut. What time is it? All right, so we got a little We got a little over on tonight's show, but hey, thanks for rocking with us, guys, here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Go over to DodgersNation.com, read all the content, stock up on some merch. Follow me on DMac_LA. You can check out my podcast, the Get More Sports podcast. We're going to have a guest on tomorrow, the Real Sign guy. He's dropping some Kawhi Leonard nuggets that are really cool. But let's get some more of your final thoughts here. But great win for the Dodgers, a tight one, 3-1. Dodgers 76-40. Magic number down to 29. Yeah, Joe Panic. But here we go. Cody Bellinger's a great player. Panda, I know it's swag. What was the option? Yeah, he was. Chris, I kind of want to read this, Chris, because you wrote your senior thesis. I kind of want to read this. I think Roberts and the Dodgers have a great game plan going into the end of the season with pitching. May Gonsolin, new lefty, and if Kershaw, Maeda, and Jansen can step it up in the postseason, we is straight. I love that. Love Smith behind the plate, especially if he gives us great at-bats. Hopefully CT3 comes back before playoffs. Yeah, CT3, Kike, we need him back. I think we are really deep. Hope the Dodgers play on the chips on the shoulders and go out there and take a World Series title. It's all on the players. Been there, done that. No excuses. Win the World Series. I love that. Chris, you just came through. I'm going to give you the take of the night. I'm going to give you the take of the night because you just brought it with that one. And I agree with you. Playing with a chip on their shoulder, playing knowing they have just dropped back-to-back World Series, I think is going to be a factor. Steve Sloan, we got Lucio, SD Dodger. As long as the Dodgers keep an open mind about pitching staff, I'm not as worried. Me neither. I think you got to be creative. I think that the brain trust of Andrew Freeman and company, they're really going to do what they can to maximize and optimize the arms in the pen. Nick Stock, Steve, I agree. Let the Dodgers starters roll longer in the playoffs. Harold Reynolds for Dodgers manager. Harold Reynolds is just terrible, man. You should see that clip where Harold Reynolds, he's talking about bullpen guys, and he's like, the reason why bullpen guys ERA is so high is because they allow so many inherited runners or something like that. It's really kind of painful. But Janice Gio, any updates on Ryu? He's going to be fine. He might make his Sunday start, I've heard. He'll be back. Steve Sloan, is Dustin May going to make an impact in the playoffs? Based on what you saw, 98 mile per hour on the sinker. Great stuff. Great confidence. Great poise. I think so. Geraldo Ferreira, do you think Urias can become a closer in the postseason? I think it's definitely on the table. I think that you never know if one of our starters is on. They bring him on in the 7th, and he finishes it. But Ryan Ginger, GSSD Dodgers, in my world, JT sits twice a week to have him ready for full October. Great point there. Keep him fresh. Look, he looks a little long in the tooth on some days, and keeping him fresh, keeping a lot of guys fresh. David Freese has been – they said they're going to let David Freese manage his IL stint. So I'm totally with you. Look, if this was last year, we wouldn't have that luxury, but we know how much in front we are. The Dodgers are doing it like it's nothing. But Geraldo, can Urias close? We got Geraldo. Go Ernesto to Midas. Go to bed. Game time is a little in 2 hours. I love how you're doing that from YouTube where the game is. You must be from YouTube. But exactly tomorrow, 12 o'clock start. But that is going to do it for tonight's Dodgers Nation post-game show. As always, thanks for rocking with us here. We got a big show for you Sunday, so join us Sunday for another edition of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Thanks for rocking with us as always. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter at DMac_LA. Thanks again. Go Dodgers, and I'm out.